Hello everyone. So today we will be going to learn about BIMSTEC, one of the very important international organization we can say. Let's see about BIMSTEC. First of all, its full name, Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. Now it shows that it has great relevance to India. Okay, moving ahead. What are you going to cover in this topic? Firstly, we would have introduction of BIMSTEC and importance of BIMSTEC for India perspective, the latest that is sixth BIMSTEC summit, then the BIMSTEC and SARC, another international organization, intergovernmental we can say cooperation of countries, then some issues with BIMSTEC and how they can be resolved, way forward, and if you are interested in essay writing, then you can might see the question. Okay, let's begin. Introduction to BIMSTEC. What is BIMSTEC? Okay, BIMSTEC, Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multilateral and Economic Cooperation, which was established in 1997. Now you have to mark down in your copies 1997. It is a regional organization comprising 7 countries. It comprises 7 countries. Okay, which are these? These are mostly Indian subcontinent. Let's say Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Myanmar, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Thailand. These are all located around the Bay of Bengal. One thing is common. Okay, so so far we have covered the description of the big state with the countries. Okay, so now let's look. This is very important. 1997 in these 7 countries: Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Myanmar, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Thailand. Okay, now it is cooperation is guided by principles such as sovereignty, equality, territorial integrity and political independence, non-interference, non-aggression, peaceful coexistence and mutual respect and benefit. These are the key words you can use while writing answers or essay. This is very important. You should be clear with each keywords. Sovereign equality. Each nation is sovereign in its nature and all are equal. They have their own territory fixed by boundaries and the governance is independent and the countries will not interfere in the internal or external matter. It will be non-aggression and peaceful coexistence and mutual respect. Countries will respect each other. BIMSTEC Charter, effective from 2024, grants the organization legal status and outlines objectives, principles and structure. It enables regional cooperation, partnerships and admission of new members. BIMSTEC Charter. This is important. BIMSTEC region hosts 22% of the world population, 1.68 billion people, and the member states have a combined GDP of US $3.697 trillion per year. Again, important point. It hosts 22% of the population, that is 1.68 million, and the member states have combined GDP of US $3.697 trillion per year dollar. So you can see this holds a massive in terms of GDP and also population. So far we have covered BIMSTEC full form, when it was formed 1997, And then seven countries name. You have to keep in mind this can be asked in forms of MCQs in any competitive exam. Now let's going deep. Importance of BIMSTEC for India. Now let's have look why BIMSTEC is such important for India. First of all, we are India is surrounded by neighboring countries, and some of neighboring countries had not good relation with India. So first here is bypassing Pakistan allows India to work regionally without being blocked by Pakistan, unlike in SARC. Act East policy strengthens ties with Southeast Asian countries like Myanmar and Thailand. Now, we all know we have Act East policy. Before that, we have neighborhood policy. Neighborhood policy. That says that India has to maintain its relationship with all the neighboring countries in a very formal and good way. So here India follow the Act East policy, in which we have to look at the countries and make ties and relations with the countries those who are in the Southeast Asia. Okay, countries like Myanmar, Thailand, and there are lots of more countries. Regional connectivity support infrastructure, energy, and transport link in the Bay of Bengal region. This is understood. Example of connectivity projects. This is something very important. You should keep in mind. Kaladan Multimodal Project links India and Myanmar. This Kaladan Multimodal Project is very important in terms of infrastructure development of India, because we all know that Bangladesh having ties with China, and it might block the way to connect eastern part of the northeastern part of the region of our country. So we have only that one chicken neck, which we call chicken neck there, in the Assam here, and from here we are connected with the northeastern regions. And this is also chicken corridor is also being, what do we say, attacked, or it is also not only we should not have only one way to for all these seven states. So alternative is Kaladan multimodal project, in which India is developing its infrastructure in terms of roads and in terms of waterways with the help of Myanmar. ASEAN Trilateral Highway connecting India, Thailand and Myanmar. This is very important point. ASEAN Trilateral Highway. India is already there, Thailand and Myanmar. Bangladesh, Bhutan, India and Nepal. Motor Vehicles Agreement for seamless flow of passenger and cargo traffic. Countering China builds regional unity and cooperation as a strategic counterbalance to China's influence. Now, if we will make ties with the other countries, then we will be able to balance and counter China in terms of regional unity and cooperation. Promoting Sagar vision. Okay, Sagar vision enhances India's maritime role in the Indian Ocean through regional cooperation. This Sagar role has been accompanied by Mahasagar also. Now see, now let's see the latest BIMSTEC summit. Some key highlights are: it was hosted by Thailand. Okay, so if we see that any international bodies, those international bodies, they regularly meet, like in 1 year or 2 years they meet and decide what should be the way forward, and also look in the problems. So in 2024, it was hosted by Thailand, focuses, and the theme was BIMSTEC prosperous, resilient, and open. So this becomes very important if we ask about exams. In MCQs, they directly ask about what was the theme of the BIMSTEC Summit of 2024. So you should have to keep in mind two things, that is one, Thailand, and the prosperous, resilient, open. Bangkok Vision 2030 adopted a roadmap focusing on economic integration, resilience, and collaboration in infrastructure and technology. Now, this again is very important. Bangkok Vision 2030 it was adopted. Now, some initiatives announced. BIMSTEC Center of Excellence India announced Center for Disaster Management, Maritime and Transport, Traditional Medicine, Agricultural Research along with UPI. This is very important. We are internationalization of UPI in the use. Earlier we saw some Gulf countries, UAE and other Gulf countries using UI accepting. Nepal has also started using AI, and so this is some soft parts we are using to influence other countries. Energy Center initiatives. So these are some initiatives, key initiatives taken in the BSTEC Center of Excellence. Bodhi program. Introduce skill development programs for professionals across BIMSTEC nations. It's a skill development program, Bodhi program. BIMSTEC Chamber of Commerce proposed establishment to promote regional economic integration. Strengthening people-to-people linkages, India to host first BIMSTEC Games in 2027. This is something very important. First BIMSTEC Games will be held. Now these countries will be holding games. Games are the easiest method to boost cooperation and unity. So India will be hosting BIMSTEC Games in 2027. Action Plan. India unveiled 21-point plan to enhance cultural people-to-people ties, including events like the BIMSTEC Games and traditional musical festival. It's a great way to improve cooperation amongst the nation. Now let's see the compare BIMSTEC and SAARC. Both BIMSTEC and SAARC have a geographical overlap as they include South Asian countries, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan. The main goal of both organizations is to promote regional cooperation in areas like trade, development, and connectivity. These are the keywords which I am highlighting. It should be kept in mind. It will help to formulate answers and write essays. And also, those who are preparing for SSB interview, it will be helping you while giving lecturate or JD. So pay attention to the keywords and also the facts. Notably, five countries India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka are members of both BIMSTEC and SAARC, highlighting their shared regional interest. So there are some countries which are common in BIMSTEC and SAARC. So these countries are, you can remember on, there are Bharat, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Okay, so you should keep in mind. Now moving to the differences, that what are the differences between SARC and BIMSTEC. SARC has a broader focus that includes issues like poverty eradication, educational, cultural cooperation. In contrast, BIMSTEC focuses more on practical, actionable areas like trade, connectivity, energy, and technology. So this is the main difference. If you see, SARC has broader focus, and BIMSTEC has more on practical and actionable. SARC focuses on poverty eradication or reduction, educational, cultural cooperation. But BIMSTEC focus more on trade, energy, technology. When it comes to functioning, SARC has become largely inactive due to constant political tensions. Largely inactive. On the other hand, BIMSTEC is relatively more active. BIMSTEC is relatively more active and productive because it avoids such bilateral conflicts. Geostrategically, SARC is centered only in South Asia, while BIMSTEC serves as bridge between South Asia and now this is important. BIMSTEC serves bridge between South Asia and Southeast Asia, connecting countries around the Bay of Bengal. So here BIMSTEC got a edge. So we can say BIMSTEC now is far way ahead than SARC. Now every organization had some issues and challenges. So let's look at the challenges in BIMSTEC. First of all, this is very important, inadequate funds. BIMSTEC Secretariat faces the issue of inadequate financial and manpower assistance for its operational works. No coastal shipments. BIMSTEC members have still not built a lucrative and shared coastal shipment ecosystem, and also face detention of fishermen frequently who cross territorial borders. Low trade. India's total trade with BIMSTEC countries was only $44.32 billion in 2023. So somehow they are lacking trade, there's lacking funds, lack of mutual cooperation and trust. This is very important. It should not lack. It was also seen that a lot of time BIMSTEC member countries don't import goods that are manufactured and exported by other country members, instead importing from other non-member countries. And also the biggest thing is that they are not meeting it on a regular basis. That is, only 6 summits have taken place till 2025, and it was established in 1997. Now, what can be the way forward? Finalizing BIMSTEC free trade agreement, which has been under negotiation since 2004, FTA can boost intra-regional trade, investment among members, what a big market for Indian companies. Implementing BIMSTEC master plan and transport connectivity, BMTPC, which was adopted in 2020, the BMTPC can improve the physical and digital connectivity among the members and facilitate the movement of goods and peoples. So here we saw two things, FTA and BMTPC. BIMSTEC master plan on transport connectivity. Okay, so this is all about BIMSTEC. You should know these basic things about BIMSTEC. Okay, so that's all. Thank you for today. We will meet in next video with next topic. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something.